What's up guys, it's Paraly5er here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I qualified for the finals of the Grounded Backyard Brawl. Whew. This was literally yesterday, and yes, I was extremely hyped, it was extremely fun. Huge thank you to the devs yet again for inviting me, and we're going to get straight into the games. I did record the footage myself, but unfortunately, it's really laggy, so we're just going to use the footage from the stream as I asked for permission, and they said I could yoink this. So I'm covering my face cam in the bottom right because it's really laggy. I didn't realize at the time, but my computer was dying. It was working really hard because I was playing the game, I was recording the game, and we were talking all at the same time. So yeah, next time I'm just not going to record the footage, and I'm just going to use the footage we were given. So this is round one here. My first opponent was Karate Mouse. This is basically a giant arena, and there's a bunch of loot around the arena. We start off with some base gear. And the first person to kill the other 3 times wins some points.
They are indeed.
Yeah, you get a point each time you kill them. And if
ready?
you kill them 3 times, then you win, essentially. So
Paraly5er,
this is round 1
ready?
right here.
Indeed, I am.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Round 1, match
So
2.
we jump off right next to each other in the
Oh, and it
arena,
looks
and
like
he
they're
starts
off
using
to
the spear, first of all. He's using his spear, so I just switched to my fists instantly, because I know the fists do more damage than the spear. Because the spear's trash melee-wise. So I started pulling my fists out and just absolutely going at him with punches. I get his health down to about half here, roughly, I think, with the punches. And then he starts running away, I do believe, to go and loot. Yeah. So as soon as I see him running away, I just pull the spear out and I throw it and hit him in the back, killing him instantly. And then I get my first point, 1-0 up straight away. Round over. That was the first round, which the first round of every match, we started on those ramps. And then every round after that, we just started on top of the turrets. So those were the first round was slightly different to the rest of the rounds, essentially. But neither of us were able to loot anything during that round. So the second round is going to be very different from the first. Okay, so the second round begins, and both of us just go straight for looting. This is simply because I knew Karate would want to loot after I smoked him in the first round. And I didn't think he was going to... He was going to come straight at me and try the same thing, because it would just be stupid, right? Okay, so I went for the chests in the middle. You couldn't really see that, but I got myself some Ladybug armor, so I have much better armor than Karate, but he has Assault Morningstar, which is a really strong weapon at close range, making him a really dangerous threat. So he's shooting arrows at me here. I'm just holding up my shield, because I know if I hold my shield up, he can't hit me with those arrows. It's just impossible, and they barely drain your stamina at all. So I just start lobbing stuff at him. I think he perfect blocked the spear I hit him with. And then I tried the spiky sprig, but I missed that. Very hard to hit the spiky sprig on the ping. The ping was really bad, by the way. I found it very hard to block, which is why my fists didn't work as well, and why I was trying to keep my range a little more. But you can see here, I'm just going to town with the fists, trying to block as many punches as possible, and put down as much damage as possible. The fists were my weapon of choice. And the devs were very confused by this, so they obviously don't understand the power of the fists in Grounded, one of the most powerful weapons in the game, as we all know. And yeah, right here, Karate goes for a chest, so I just come in close to him, I throw a spear into him, because I know that's going to do the most damage, and I put 2 punches in him, and he's just dead instantly. I don't know why he's looting the chest in that situation, but yeah, controller issue, I guess. And then my spear falls under the map, by the way. And I cry about it, but the dev said that's the way it goes. I lost my spear. So just like that, my spear falls under the map, and all of a sudden my tactics have to change, because I'm 2-0 up, but I can't just throw a spear into him again like I have done the past 2 rounds. Okay, so round 3 starts off, and again, I just check a few more chests, try to get a little bit more loot. At this point, I'm a lot more relaxed. This is the first game. I was extremely nervous, literally shaking so much, and... I'm 2-0 up at this point. I'm feeling very comfortable. Although the first game, Carnage was 2-0 up, and Tiny Pirate Gaming was actually able to make the comeback in that game and win 3-2. So I couldn't get complacent. I had to make sure that I was still focused on the game and make sure that I didn't lose that focus and get reverse sweeped like Carnage did. I didn't realize this, but the loot up top was way better than the loot down below. Up top, there was a bunch of beefy smoothies, whereas down below, there was basically just a bunch of regular smoothies. Apart from the chests in the middle, which actually had heal basses in, which I found out very early on, and I exploited in all 3 of my games, I think. I think I actually have the heal basses in this game here. I can't quite remember, though. My tactic was to try and essentially drain my opponent's heals. And you can see there, I just pull out the crossbow and finish him off before he gets the chance to heal. Easy 3-0, clean sweep on Karate. It was a very, very good fight, but the crossbow was just no match for him, unfortunately. It's an extremely powerful weapon, and, you know, it just took him out at the end of the day. So next up, we have the fight between myself and Natural Carnage. We drop into the arena, and we both go at it straight away, just like last time. I'm just fighting Carnage right now. I think I had him quite low here, even though we did have smoothies. So he's running away, he's healing. He pulls out the Sprig instead, because he seems to think that's going to be a better choice of weapon against the fists. But, you know, I'm just putting down damage on him with my fists right now. There's not really much he can do. So he just decides to run away and loot. I tried to get a shot on him with the spear. I think I'd run up top here, and then he jumps off and tries to swing at me. I go inside. He tries to loot another chest, so I just start putting more and more damage on him while he's looting chests and getting all the heals. I throw my spear. I just, you know, keep the distance here to try and pick my spear back up. Put a few punches down on him. I think he's quite low here, so I keep going in, and I just finish him off. Round 1, Bone Dagger was no match for the fists. Fists just kill him off 1-0 straight away. Easy peasy. Just like before, the second rounds, we start on top of the turrets, so both of us, again, go straight for looting. I think it's pointless just going in to kill them, because they're just going to run off and get chests. So I decided once we got to the second round, I was always going to go and loot. You can see me get these 2 chests in the middle. Both of these chests had 5 heal basses in, which gave me a total of 10 heal basses. So I just had so much healing, which the devs, I think, realized after a while was a massive oversight by them. But it's completely fine, you know. I had 10 heal basses every game, so I wasn't complaining. I'm trying to get some shots in. I think he's just about out of heals at this point. He definitely doesn't have a lot, but he ends up looting more, I'm pretty sure. So he's trying to bait me to get around the corner here. I get in, I get a bunch of punches in on him, and I'm just trying to back up here, and he has the Rusty Spear, and he throws it when I pull out my crossbow, and the Rusty Spear one-taps you. So basically nothing I can do there. It doesn't matter what armor I had. Once he hits that, I am dead. The mistake I made there, I shouldn't have pulled out the crossbow. I should have noticed he was about to throw the spear and just held up my shield. But it is risky throwing that spear, because if it does get blocked, then I would have been able to pick it up and I would have had the most powerful weapon in the game. He took a huge risk there. And I don't think he does that in future rounds. But that thing is so OP. It's literally a one-hit kill. So he pulls out the Mosquito Rapier, which is probably the biggest mistake he made all fight, to be honest. I don't know why you pull this thing out. It's god-awful. So I go in with my fists while he's using it, and I just kill him. Terrible choice for him to use that weapon. It's such a bad weapon. And I win that round, putting me 2-1 up. But that round took so long that the devs decided that it was sudden death. So I'm winning 2-1, and they decide that the next point wins. Even though if I won this round, it would be 3-1 and I'd win. If he won the round, it would be tied at 2-2, but he would still win. Which I think was a bit harsh, to say the least. If you're going to do sudden death, I think you have to do it when it's tied. I don't think you can do sudden death when I'm 2-1 up. Or even if Carnage was 2-1 up, I would have felt bad if it was sudden death and then I won the round. Because, like, realistically, that's not a fair win. If you wanted to do sudden death, they should have done it at 1-1 rather than at 2-1. But it is what it is. I would have been more mad if I'd have lost. But luckily, obviously by the title, I won the event. So you're going to see what happens in this next round. So again, I'm just going to skip through most of this round. I'm just running around using my spears to throw at him. I'm basically throwing all my weapons. He's throwing spears as well. We're just exchanging spear throws. And I'm running away, trying to escape. He's going for the fists tactic. And I know he runs out of stamina here, so I just go in on him. And then he starts punching me, so I back up. He's doing a bit of damage. At this point, I think I was out of heals, and I think he was out of heals as well. He misses the spear throw, so I just go in. I know he's got virtually no stamina. And I win with my fists and finish him off. And I do celebrate, as you can see above my face cam right now. But it is so laggy. My PC was on strings this whole time. Next time, I'm not going to record because it just gave me laggy gameplay and it lagged my PC way too much. But that means I win that one 3-1. So we head into the finale against Tiny Pirate Gaming, who was also on 6 points. So he'd also won his first 2 games. So the finale here was me versus him. Both had to win. Whoever wins basically qualifies for the finals, which is in 2 weeks' time. He goes with the grub gear to start off with, presumably for more stamina. And then he said he's going to throw round 1, and he doesn't. I decided to chase after him and try and get some hits in on him, but I missed. This is the biggest mistake I made all tournament. Once he goes up here, I should just leave him. But I keep going after him and keep going after him, and I waste so much time, and I let him get all the good loot. I also let him go up top, which is where all the best loot was. So he gets all the really good, really strong smoothies. I get the 10 heal bastards from the middle again. But the big mistake I made here was I didn't get any good bows. So I didn't have the crossbow this round, which was a huge mistake from me. I did get ladybug gear, but no crossbow meant I was really, really vulnerable. I didn't have that ranged strength that I like to have. And all I had was a shield, my fists, and a couple spears. So as you can see, we're just going to loot up for a bit. I'm going to skip forward. And then to conclude the first round, we're just fighting here. And I put a couple punches in him. And I know he's weak from those punches, so I just back it up while I wait for my stamina to recover. He's getting very aggressive at this point. I'm giving him a false sense of security to try and lure him in with that Salt Morningstar, using my fists. So I just back up here. I put some punches in. He hits me. I back up. I do and he thinks he's got me on the ropes because he hit me a couple times. So he's basically like fully committing to the cause, just running in with his Salt Morningstar swinging. I'm putting punches in. He hits me really hard there. He goes for a full commit. I heal with the heal bassa, and he keeps coming in, and I just one-shot him with the spear. He forgot to heal himself from all the damage I was doing to him, and that spear just right to the face took him out, and Chris the Champ, who's above me right now on the face cam, looking very scared. I just full committed, even though he had a club out. I should just be backing up here, you know, letting him expend his stamina so that I can avoid all the shots, and I fully committed, and he hits me once. I was full health here. And he hits me once with the Fire Ant Club, kills me instantly. One shot from full health. I had Ladybug armor on, he still one-tapped me. Such a powerful weapon. And, yeah, extremely OP. Took me out in one shot. One mistake, and that was the round. And Tiny gets that point, which means it's one apiece heading into round 3. Round 3 here, again, I'm skipping most of this gameplay because these fights are really, really long. He's running around, still trying to loot more and more stuff. I think at this point, I'm almost out of heals. I have very, very little left. Maybe 1 or 2 heal basses. But he's just looting chests. I'm just trying to get a spear hit on him while he's looting. He makes the mistake of trying to loot this chest, and I just hit him with the spear. And I take him out. One shot with the Stinger Spear, you know. It doesn't quite one-tap you, but it does hit hard enough to do about 3/4 of your health. As you can see here, he's chasing me down with that Salt Morningstar. At this point, I think I was completely out of heals. I had nothing left. So I just had to go all in and just hope that he didn't hit me. And he just caught me with that that final hit from the Salt Morningstar and took me down, which equaled the match at 2-2 going into the final round. This was the most nervous I'd been during this whole thing. Yeah, I was in trouble here, I can't lie. Tiny was really worrying me, and this is the biggest mistake Tiny made throughout the entire tournament, and this loses him the fight. This loses him the tournament and stops him from qualifying. His inventory is full at this point, so he drops a load of loot from his inventory onto the ground. What he should have done is trashed it. So when I run over here for the start of the fight, I notice that he has dropped items on the ground. I can see them, so I'm baiting him to the right, and I go to the left here, and I grab the crow crossbow off the ground. That's all I wanted was that crow crossbow. That's the one weapon I wanted all fight. It's one of the most powerful ranged weapons in the entire tournament. And this literally changes the game for me. Now that I have a good ranged weapon, I know he has my number at close range with that Salt Morningstar and the Rusty Spear. But at long range, he's using an insect bow, which is way, way weaker. I now have the crow crossbow since he dropped it on the floor. So I just decide that I'm going to take this round at range. Because at this point, we both virtually have 0 heals. So my goal was just to back up and out-aim him from long range, which I knew I could do. Because he's on a controller, I'm on PC. Controller has no aim assist in this game, making it almost impossible to aim. Whereas PC, there's obviously not aim assist, but it's much easier to aim on a PC. And all it takes, I think, is 3 or 4 shots with the crow crossbow to take someone out. That insect bow, I think I could take 10 shots of it and I would still be alive. I end up heading up top here, and Tiny jumps in a turret to try and shoot me, shoot down the top layer, which obviously doesn't work. So what I do is I double check every single chest that's up here, just because I'm completely out of heals at this point. Anything could help me. I think I was still on virtually full health, but I just wanted to see if there's anything. And I find a chest in this corner here that Tiny missed, and there was a beefy smoothie in there, so I go back and I grab it out of the chest. Very important to me winning this. I don't think I actually drank it, but, you know, it gives me that lifeline and allows me to go in for close range combat because now I have more heals than him. And then Tiny keeps the high ground here, which he thinks is going to win him the fight. And right here, This is the winning shot. If you want to see it in slow motion, here we go. He thinks he's safe because he's got the high ground, but I have the crow crossbow. He's just running behind these walls. He's double checking every chest again, man. I don't know why, but he's looking for any extra loot he can find, even though I just looted all of them. He runs past this half wall and loses his cover, obviously. And as soon as I see him run, I shoot that crow crossbow straight to his dome. He's pulling out his bow. He's too delayed. Straight to the face. And that's the shot that wins me the tournament. And if you want my reaction, this is what happened.
Yeah, you got me.
That was a bold move.
Yeah,
that was a bold
right there.
move from jumping from that height. But it looks like it turned out to be okay.
Oh my God, you got me. I couldn't see the arrow in the dark.
Paralyzer gets it.
There you go. As you can see, we survived the group of death. The 3 best players who all competed in the Backyard Championship Wrestling, some of the best PvPers in the grounded scene. I managed to take on all 3 of them head to head and win every single match, just about, to qualify for the finals in 2 weeks' time. Don't forget to tune into the finals, which is in 2 weeks' time. On the 22nd of March, I will be competing against Bald Zebra, the winner of Group C, which is next week, and if I can beat those 2, Chris the Champ Stanek, which will be a very difficult fight, but I look forward to it. But with him being on host ping, it will be almost impossible to win. It will take extreme skill to win that fight. But I will practice and I will do my best in order to win. If you enjoyed this video and the breakdown analysis, then please leave a like on it. I will see you in the next Grounded video. Have a great rest of your day.